It's the Great Canadian Podcast with Dave and Charlotte.
Podcast.
Oh, it's a podcast. And Dave is a little hungover.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah, you sounded so peppy when I talked to you earlier.
I'm fading fast, Charlotte. I'm fading fast.
We gotta get this podcast in fast.
So what better time for me to give you guys a podcast, to gift you all with one of our podcasts than when I'm ready for bed?
And actually, I'm a little bit sick.
Oh, God.
I know, I've had just like an upset tummy for the last couple days and just feeling a little bit occasionally flu-like. I don't know what it is.
Charlotte, have we talked about this yet? About what you what you just said? I don't think we have.
What?
Okay, this is going to be our first one of the podcast. Okay, you had a bit of an upset what?
Tummy.
Tummy? Are you 8 years old?
I mean, I think tummy is a very delightful way to say stomach.
I hate to say it because you know I'm all for like being delightful. We at the Great Canadian Podcast advocate delightfulness, but I feel like tummy is inherently childlike. No?
Sure.
But I like kind of weirdly so.
I mean, so I think that if I said upset stomach, I'm really saying it's my stomach. And physiologically speaking, it could be any part of my GI tract that's causing me discomfort. I just know it's down there somewhere. And I feel like the physiologist in me can't bring myself to say stomach when it could be somewhere in my small intestine, for instance.
So you're hiding behind science as an excuse for your childlike terminology.
Yeah, I feel like tummy's like childishly vague, and I like that.
I feel like I've been surprised often at how many, like, it always seems to be girls, and, like, you know, well into their 20s, and, you know, Charlotte, we all know you're well into your 20s. So I'm just surprised at how many people still use that word, tummy. I just feel like it's a total kid word. Like, if you're over the age of 18, you have an upset stomach.
Sure. I mean, I also say, like, amazeballs.
Right. But that's an adult thing to say because it's like it's a curse word light, L-I-T-E.
Is it? I feel like it's also childish.
Amazeballs?
Yeah.
I would disagree. However, that is a good segue into something that came into my life recently. Charlotte, do you know what amazeballs are?
No, it's a thing?
Amazeballs are a thing. They are balls. They're little metal balls with water in them, and they're used as ice cube substitutes.
Oh, like in a drink?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's, I haven't heard them, I'm Googling amazeballs right now, but, it's not happening. Who coined amazeballs and why do they hate humanity is the third link down.
Of course.
Look it up. But, it's a very hipster thing. Maybe it's not hipster. Maybe I should leave the hipsters alone. But that they put it in, like, their whiskey or their bourbon or whatever it is they're drinking. So as not to water it down.
Oh, the disdain was just dripping off of that last sentence. I love it.
They also have stones that, like, you put in the freezer and then they go in your drink.
Right.
It's just, to me, you know what? I'm sure that if you super enjoy your liquor, it makes sense to not water it down and that you can tell.
Right.
But, like, just the effort you have to go to. Because one drink and they're done. So what happens if you have 5 drinks over the course of the night?
Right.
That's a lot of stones and or a lot of amazeballs.
That's a lot, yeah. And I only have 2.
Right? And, like, so you're drinking and your friends are drinking and you plop 2 amazeballs in your drink and you say to your friend, there's ice in the freezer. And they look at you in disgust.
Because there's no...
Where are my amazeballs?
Where are my amazeballs? There's no amazeballs for me. Yeah, they are... there's definitely that... that's a downside. That is a downside.
It's a huge downside.
And you want to know what else?
Wouldn't...
I tested them out for the first time last night. And you have to be drinking a fairly big... Like a lot of drink for them to have full effect, because they are balls, right? So if they're sitting on the bottom of the glass and you're pouring yourself, let's say, a whiskey, which doesn't really fill much of the glass, right?
Yeah.
You're only getting so much of the ball cooling your drink down. The rest of the ball is just kind of sitting there in the air, whereas an ice cube kind of,
Yeah, I could also imagine that ice cubes float. So I was thinking more along the lines of if you had a big drink, the amazeballs is just cooling the bottom, and the stuff that you're actually sipping at the top could be room temperature.
I don't know if they float. They're pretty light. I think
You should figure that
I think
out.
they do float.
The rocks definitely don't float.
Oh, that's kind of cool, though. I like the not floating thing. But you could be right. It could be room temperature at the top.
I mean, it just seems like a minefield. I'm sure someone classy out there is shaking their head and just being like, you idiots.
I'm sure that happens for most of our podcasts, and they're different types of
that's
classy
true.
people.
That's true. We did talk about wiping your bum for half of last podcast.
But that needed to be addressed. My God, I've talked to more people since that podcast, and received some very startling answers.
yeah, people get riled up about
Yeah.
it. Did you end up watching the BuzzFeed video?
No, I didn't actually. I forgot all about that. What was it again?
You should watch it. I linked it underneath our last podcast.
Oh my gosh! So all of our listeners are shaking their head at me now.
Yeah, they're all like, Dave, we already watched it.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I will watch it.
To be fair, the listeners are technically 6 days ahead of us. 6 days because I posted the podcast a day late. Sorry, guys.
Charlotte, we understand. You guys get busy, don't you? Great Canadian Podcast listeners. That's why we give you downloadable MP3 files. So you can put it on your phone, and you can listen during your busy day. Yeah.
Right?
They understand.
They get it. They get it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the understanding. So, Dave, what do you want to talk about first? We have so many things.
Oh my God. We have so much to talk about today. Well, I did just mention the word smartphone, so I think it's about time for me to gush. Are you guys ready for me to gush?
That's what you were waiting for, Dave. Well, I guess we should probably start. Actually, I was really excited with my BlackBerry, so let's let Dave have his moment in the sun.
Oh, I'm just kind of taking it in. I get to tell you guys all about it. And Charlotte is going to... Actually, I'm not going to predict your reaction, Charlotte. I wonder if you've... Dave got a new phone. I think I was telling you guys that my old iPhone... Yeah, I was telling you, because we were Great Canadian Pods on Twitter, and I can't go on it on my old phone because my old phone is just so very crappy. And so I was in the mall the other day, as one tends to do, and I thought I'd mosey on over to the Bell store, and boom, walked out with a brand new iPhone 6. Yeah.
On the previous pod, you were saying that you had been contemplating an Android, so I see that went out the window.
I was. The main thing was that iPhones, as we all know, are ridiculously expensive. But I do like them, and I do have a Mac computer, so it kind of communicates with it well, although that's 100% just an excuse. Like, it's just sort of like the Mail app and the Messages app come up the same, and syncing it's kind of easy, but other than that, whatever. But
you're rationalizing.
I am indeed. I was thinking of the Galaxy, the S6 was the one I was considering. But it was only $100 less than an iPhone, and I really wanted an iPhone. And so I went for the iPhone. I wanted it, and I went for it.
So, a couple questions. You told me you told all of us your contract was up at the end of June. How did you get your phone, even though your contract's still going?
I got a new contract.
Oh.
I did.
They just let you do that?
Yeah. And Bell, I feel like Bell is kind of notorious for having bad customer service. But I was really pretty happy with the plans that they give you. And so I got like a loyalty plan, and everyone's doing 2 year plans now, so they all get more expensive as a result.
Yeah.
And my plan only went up by $10 a month.
Nice.
Which is good.
Nice.
I lost a lot of data, but that's okay. I'll just have to be more conscientious.
Yeah. That, I will say, is a benefit of a BlackBerry for anyone who's shopping out there, that the BlackBerries compress data,
So they
unlike the iPhone.
so they use very little, you mean?
Dave, do you remember, I can't remember the name of the store where I bought my torch, but remember that guy that worked there, Dave? Was his name Dave? And we both loved him.
You're talking about Wireless Wave, right?
Yeah, Wireless Wave Dave. Was that his name?
Oh my
Was
god.
it Dave?
Oh my gosh, I forgot all about Wireless Wave Dave.
Right?
No.
And he was the one that told me that. He said the BlackBerries use 4 times less data.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah.
No, I went to the Bell.
Yeah.
I went to the Bell store. I had a sassy young lady helping me out.
Yeah.
She's very sassy. She didn't think I was funny, even though I was making hilarious jokes.
Clearly you were funny. Clearly the problem is with
Thanks,
her.
Charlotte.
I mean that sincerely. Give your head a shake, Bell lady. You know what they say? I believe this was Wireless Wave Dave, yet again, to quote Wireless Wave Dave.
Wireless Wave Dave.
Was that you can get great customer service at Rogers, and they suck. Or you can go to Bell, and they give you crappy customer service, but the product is way better, and you have less of a reason to complain. Whereas Rogers, you're always complaining. Which is, I think he had some analogy of them pulling their pants down.
That was
you
it. That
asked
was
them
the
to.
exact wording that I
Yeah.
remembered. Yeah.
So Wireless Wave Dave said to go with Bell. He's like, it depends on what you want, but if you want good service, like good service, not customer service, you go with Bell.
Wireless Wave Dave. Can we take a moment to appreciate this man?
I mean, remember? And like we decided that I was going to try to date Wireless Wave Dave.
That I don't remember. Was he an attractive young man? Do you remember what he looked like?
I remember him being like pretty good. He was okay. He was the kind of guy that I'm sure all girls can attest. I'm sure this is the same with guys everyone looking at everybody. But like when you looked at him right off the bat, you weren't like, oh my god, this guy's hot. But the more you talked to him, obviously he was genius. He knew all the stuff.
Totally.
And he was delightful, as I recall him being quite delightful.
Yeah.
That he became more and more attractive.
Yeah, totally. I love when that happens.
Yeah. And that's, I think, what you really want.
Unless you have
You know,
someone
that-
that's just like blindingly attractive and also happens to get more attractive when you talk to them. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I suppose that's the dream right there.
That's kind of the category like I fall under. But I'm
Yeah.
rare. Yeah.
Right. You're a diamond.
So my new phone, you guys are like the pictures.
Oh, yeah,
the,
sorry.
the pictures in the podcast are going to be so much higher quality, and they're going to have like filters on them and stuff. But I'm not going to go crazy with the filters. I know people get really upset about the filters, and
You know what? I filter the crap out of our pictures before I post them anyway. So
absolutely, I don't think it's an overstatement to say, Charlotte, that it has changed my life and made me a better man. I just everything is so much faster and so much more convenient, and
Yeah.
I can just I'm not afraid to go on Facebook and Twitter anymore, and I can actually respond to Facebook messages right away. And I have the Dropbox app on here, so with the new group I'm working with, when we post stuff, I can just listen to them on the go, and it's just the best thing, just the best thing.
Yeah. I will say that, like, being able to do everything in real time was quite... like you said, it changes your life. You were okay,
Yeah.
and then you're kind of like, wow, this is better.
And you just think, people have been living like this? My God.
Yeah. Agreed. So you're happy with your iPhone 6?
Dave is quite happy with his iPhone 6. And it just looks pretty sleek. Pretty sleek.
What'd you do with your iPhone 4?
I traded it in for a whole $10.
$10.
That was the value they quoted me. And the funny thing is, I'm not even going to get that $10 because they had to get me to sign out of iCloud or something like that. And then when I went, some guy who didn't know what he was doing got me to do it. And then I got a call later. They were like, oh, you got to come sign out of your iCloud or whatever. We can't give you the money. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Haven't done it yet.
Yeah. For $10. Come on.
For $10. I know I'm going to do it one of these days if I go by there. But it'll probably be past time and my $10 will be long gone.
$10. Yeah.
And
Well, that's exciting, Dave. And have you been Instagramming?
I have not been Instagram. I'm still kind of I'm dragging my feet a little bit on the Instagram and the Twitter. I haven't. I'm planning on like redoing my profiles and that sort of thing. All in good time. All in good time.
You know what I'd say? Just hop on that horse. Just start with it, and then you can go and redo your profile later.
Yeah, totally.
Just give her. Just start giving her.
Yeah.
It's never too soon.
No.
I don't know what I meant by that. Well, I'm very happy for you, Dave. And sometimes now when I want to send you like a YouTube video or something like that, or a picture, I don't hesitate. I'm like, yeah, Dave can take... Oh, man, I cursed.
Oh, Charlotte. No,
I'll make a note.
that's just the thing. With my old phone, I most certainly would not have looked at that YouTube video you sent me because it would have taken just minutes and minutes to load up.
Yeah.
Minutes I don't have.
Can we talk about what I sent you?
Yeah. Who are Sean Hayes and what was that other guy's name?
What is his name? I don't know. It's his husband, as I am led to believe. Sean Hayes was on Will and Grace for the longest time.
Oh, I see.
And it is his husband. Scott Icenogle?
Icenogle. I was
Icenogle?
thinking, Icenogle or something like that. Icenogle.
So they post on March 27th. Well, I guess these are both from BuzzFeed. I don't know when they actually posted it. But anyway, in March they posted one where they lip sync to Iggy Azalea and Jennifer Hudson's Trouble. And you have to look up that one. And then in April they posted one where they sing along to I Don't Like It, I Love It by Flo Rida.
That was the one you just sent me.
Yeah. You should watch the Iggy Azalea one too. It's honestly so delightful. First of all, they're adorable together.
You know what was funny is not that this is mutually exclusive, of course, but when I first looked at them, I thought they were like athletes. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they look great.
Yeah. Then
I mean, they're wearing they're wearing ball caps.
I think
Maybe
the
that
ball
lends
caps,
to
sort of was the main sort of thing. Yeah.
But yeah, they're in good shape. They're good looking guys. So if you want to watch a video with two good looking guys, you can do it. And it's just really hilarious. Like, it's Sean Hayes that raps and then his husband sings, but obviously they're not actually rapping or singing. They're just lip syncing. And there's props and, it's absolutely delightful.
Yeah.
So good.
When he got out that little guitar, that was,
yeah.
that was making me smile.
I feel guaranteed smiles. I watch the video every once in a while when I just need to smile, and it's good.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. So I'll link you guys the videos below.
And you can watch them.
Because I'm good at linking videos, yeah.
Watch them on your fancy smartphones. And if you don't have one, go get one. You need one. Treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Shall we bring out our lady to treat us to some lovely... Just cut me off.
You're listening to Dave and Charlotte's Great Canadian Podcast.
I think everyone hates you now, Charlotte.
I was going to say like lovely lyrics, or they're not really lyrics, some sultry tones. I don't know why I'm still talking.
A vivacious voiceover? That was the only adjective I could think of that started with V.
That's where I should have gone with it. You're better than I am. You're a better man than I am.
How many other adjectives are there that start with V? Vivid.
Yeah.
Vital.
Voracious.
Vigorous. Mm-hmm. I like saying things are vital.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we tend to use it in the context of like, absolutely necessary, right? Crucial, you might say.
Yeah.
But, like, I like it, like, just saying you're vital, you know? You're exercising, and you're out and about, and you're snapping and pointing at people. That kind of vital.
Can you use it like that?
Yeah. Because it's like short for vitality.
Oh my god, what was that noise?
I feel vital. Yeah, I did. What was going on?
Something's not happy. I want to blame it on your end. I think something's dying.
Something's wrong in the neighborhood.
Is your phone dying?
Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
My phone is not dying.
All right, good. Okay, so can I talk about something that I'm just going to go on? We can cut me off. I just am so excited about something, and I just need to talk to everybody about it.
Please.
Guys, I have a show recommendation for you.
Oh, here it comes.
I'm also going to make a note to link you to the clip that I sent Dave. Dave, did that clip make you extremely excited for the show?
It did. I'm excited to check it out.
Okay, so guys, I'm on Netflix probably like a week ago, which is ridiculous. I've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is a great show. Do you watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Dave? Have we talked about
Is that
this?
Andy Samberg's show?
Yeah.
No, I don't watch it.
It's hilarious. I love it. So I was super into it, and I actually just recently discovered there were more episodes in season 2, I think, that I hadn't watched, and so I was super jacked because I
Whoa.
thought I'd seen all of season 2. Yeah.
How'd you miss those?
I don't know. I wonder if I was watching and then I just assumed that I had finished and I just got distracted. Anyway, so yeah, there were like a whole, I don't know, there was a bunch, maybe like 10 episodes that I hadn't seen,
Oh
so I
my
was jacked.
God.
So I watched those, and then I was in need, obviously, of a new show. And I see this show called Sense8, which is Sense, and then the number 8. And I thought, ooh, it looks kind of cool, and I click on it, and it says, from the Wachowskis,
Yep.
who are the people that did the Matrix movies.
Yep.
And so, obviously, right there, I'm sold, because, hello, Matrix.
Matrix.
So I start watching it, and so let's give me a week. Let's be gracious and say it's been a week and a half. I have not only watched the whole first season, but I am now back on episode 6, I think, because I'm looping back around and watching it all over again.
Love it.
It's so good. So basically, the premise is that there are these people. There's 8 people, and they're sensates is the word. So they, I think, from what I understand, that basically all humans used to be like this, and then due to a mutation, we no longer have the ability to sort of kind of read each other's minds, but that it's a natural thing that birds of a flock or trees in a kind of a cluster can all sort of sense each other and communicate with each other.
Okay.
So that's the idea, and that these people have it, and that there's this weird organization that doesn't like these sensates and sort of is hunting them. So that's sort of one thing. But then these 8 people all have their own lives going on. In the first episode, it just is starting to set in. So there's this one guy who's a cop, and at one point he's driving with the sirens on, and then a couple of the other sensates, they think that there's a cop car close by to them. There's this guy, the cop's in Chicago, there's a guy in Germany, a girl in India, and they think that there's a cop close to them, but they're actually just kind of hearing his world. And basically...
Want to hear something freaky?
Yeah.
A cop just drove by in the distance at my house. I might be a sensate.
You're a sensate. Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
There was no cop. So basically then they can start talking to each other and they start seeing each other, and obviously at first they're really weirded out, and they quickly discover they're being hunted and they have to help. So the coolest part. So the German guy is this he's a really good fighter. He is just bad. Oh man, I cursed.
It's like a bare knuckle boxer. That's what I picture when I picture a European man fighting. It's always bare knuckle boxing.
Yeah. Well, he basically I don't think this is too much of a spoiler. His dad was an alcoholic, and he had to fight a lot growing up and stuff like that. So he's just kind of this. I don't know. Bad. I'm gonna swear again. Bad.
Okay.
So that's him. And then there's also this girl named Sun who lives in Seoul, and she's a kickboxer, and she also, I'm gonna have to swear again, is badass. So there's this guy who lives in Nairobi.
Okay.
And I don't really think this is a spoiler. This is one of the first times that someone... So basically, long story short, he ends up in a situation where he is just getting the crap beat out of him, and he's about to die. And she, in her part of the world, is in the middle of a kickboxing match. And all of a sudden, she can see him, and she's standing with him. And she gets distracted, obviously, and the guy she's fighting kind of kicks her. And she was, anyway, whatever, doing well in her match. I don't want to spoil it too much. But essentially, she kind of takes over the body of the guy in Nairobi. And I'm going to have to swear one more time. Kicks ass! And it's amazing. And basically, the sensates can all help each other and stuff like that once they figure out that they can do it. And it's basically, the coolest thing ever. I end up always, cheering and, yelling at the screen during lots of different parts, especially when the sensates are helping each other and stuff like that.
Of course.
And there's some adorable love stories. And, it's beautifully, beautifully, beautifully shot, too. There's Yeah, beautiful cinematography. And the music, I think, like, The Matrix, I thought the music was really good. It's so, like, I don't know, really pumps you up, really fits the movie. It's kind of hardcore.
Yep.
I really love the Matrix movies in general. But
remember that Matrix was like techno music before techno was like every kind of music like it is now, you know?
Yeah.
It's like that old school 90s techno.
Yeah. This kind of has that vibe a lot of the time. Then lots of times there's just old classic songs in it too. And I don't know, I love it. I love it. I love it, and I think you should all watch it because I think you too will love it.
I got to get on that. I might actually watch the first episode tonight after this podcast.
You really should. I've watched some of the reviews online. People say it's a little bit hard to get into. I really, really, really did not find that. The first big fight doesn't happen till like the third episode, but I didn't even realize that after. You know, I realized that as I watched it through, but I still found the first 2 episodes really, really cool. But yeah, I mean, it's super dope. Super dope, guys. I think I didn't have any trouble getting into it. I loved it.
Charlotte, you do not, speaking of television shows, you don't watch Game of Thrones, do you?
Yeah, I don't know if this is going to ruin my cred, but I watched the first 2 seasons and it just depressed me way too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why? With the death. Enough with the death. I think didn't we talk about this? Because I think I gave a Ned Stark spoiler.
Yeah, maybe we did.
I just can't. It's just... And apparently it just got, like, bleaker and bleaker as the series went.
It really did.
I don't get how you people are watching it. Do you not just end up so depressed after every episode?
Well, I mean, we still have some people left to love.
Do you? Do you?
Yeah. As long as, what's his face there? What's his name? You know, Tyrion.
I thought he was a bad guy. I stopped watching.
I think you're thinking of Tywin. That's the other thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's the other thing about this show is that there's like a Ramsay and a Renly, and oh my God, there's a Bronn and a Bran. Too much, George R.R. Martin.
I tried. I'm just not into it. What were you gonna say about it?
I just wanted to contribute. We were talking about TV shows. Other than that, I'm still making my way through Friends. Mostly
through what? Friends?
Through Friends, yeah.
But you've seen all those.
Yeah, just watching it again. And that's mostly just because I only watch TV when I'm, like, having breakfast. So I usually just throw on something that I don't care about so I can kind of go about my day.
Friends actually is good. Whenever I'm doing data analysis, if I'm working from home, I think Friends is a great show to have on the background because I've seen every episode about a bazillion times.
Yeah.
And it's easy to have on the background and not think about, and then you don't miss stuff.
And I've long decided in rewatches of Friends that I didn't like him when I was a kid, but Ross is by far the best.
Yeah, Ross is hilarious. Especially like season 6, he starts to get crazier and crazier.
Right.
The one when Ross is fine is one of my favorite episodes of all time.
Yeah.
I'm fine! And the pivot episode, I think it's right around the time that he gets all the rage with Emily and stuff like that.
Yeah. The 3 marriages, and then the marriage to Rachel comes hot on the... Spoilers, everyone, if you haven't seen Friends.
Spoilers. If you haven't, you know what? We can spoil the crap out of Friends.
I'm kidding.
If you haven't seen Friends, give your head a shake.
Just joking. We have more stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
You wanted to talk about, and I'm really happy that you want to bring this up. Where are you getting your music these days, Charlotte? Where are you listening?
Yeah. Well, I was thinking, I kind of realized this the other day, that I'm all over Songza, but there is a lot of people out there that don't know what Songza is.
Is it just Canadian?
I don't know. I don't think so. I want to Google it, because I feel like all of our best podcasting happens when we Google things on air.
And read verbatim from Wikipedia.
I'm going to try to, yeah. I was going to say, where's the Wikipedia page?
Are
you into Songza, Dave?
Like you got me on that train a while ago. But now I prefer Spotify.
Yeah, so I'm not into Spotify at all. I know just from experience that whenever I've tried to use it, I don't get it. So if you like search, because we were in the car the other day, me and my friend Paige, and we wanted to hear a specific Beyonce song, and I was on her phone. So she said, "Go just use Spotify." So I looked up Beyonce, and then it gives me all of the songs, but I can't pick which song I want. It says you have to pay for the full version to be able to pick your song. What's that all about?
I don't know. I used the free version for a couple months, and I think I was always able to choose specific songs. That's strange.
I could only like fast forward, like I could only skip, and then after a certain amount of time, it wouldn't let me skip. So we just ended up going to YouTube.
Right. I know that you can only skip so many times in the free version, yeah, and you can't download music to listen to it offline, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But
well, and like to be fair, songs also you can only skip so many times, and songs that you can't even pick specific songs.
Right.
But what I really like about Songza, if you haven't been on, by the way, Wikipedia says it is in the United States and Canada.
Ah.
So if you haven't gone on to Songza, when you first go onto the page, and first of all, you can make up a profile, and then it remembers all your favorite playlists. Well, you can make it remember.
Ooh, nice.
So it goes, it's Tuesday evening, play music for, and then there's 5 generic activities. So, and they change based on what time of day it is and what day of the week it is, and if it's a holiday or whatever.
Yeah.
Having friends over, brand new music, focusing, no lyrics, making dinner, happy hour. So let's say you're like, ooh, having friends over. Then you pick fun 90s hits, today's popular hits, old school R&B. So let's say I pick I don't know, let's pick fun 90s hits. Then it gives me 3 90s playlists. Happy in the alt-rock 90s, every 90s summer dance party 90s crowd-pleasing hits. But you can also go into browse, and you can go through genres, moods, decades, activities. I love all the working no lyrics ones. There's all kinds of movie scores. You can do action movie scores, superhero scores. Saving the World from Evil is the best.
Huh. I never tried any of the scores. That sounds cool.
Yeah. If you're working in an Excel sheet and you're doing the most mind-numbing clicking, but you're listening to Saving the World from Evil, never has data analysis been so intense.
Right.
It's sweet.
That almost makes me wish,
So
and this isn't meant
to
to sound condescending, by the way, that I had a tedious job where I could.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I agree. No, and sometimes when I'm writing and I actually have to think and it sucks because I can't listen to tunes.
Can't listen to tunes.
But
I will say,
I think songs is great if you have a specific activity, you have friends over and you don't want to be bothered to sit there and DJ,
right?
Or to stand by a playlist that you can just pick. You got a bunch of 90s kids, you can throw in a 90s playlist or today's pop hits or whatever it is.
Right.
They've literally got everything. If you're into jazz, let's say you're one of those hipsters, that you can pick a jazz playlist, and I don't know. So there's literally something for everybody on there, no matter who you are.
Put some amaze balls in your scotch. Listen to some jazz.
Yeah,
with your fancy shoes.
With your fancy shoes.
So
I like songs unless I'm looking for a specific song, and then I always go to YouTube. YouTube's good for that. Any song in the world, you can find it on there.
I'm already off. I've weaned myself off of YouTube in favor of Spotify. That's how hard it's been working for me.
Really?
I will say that, yeah, and I didn't even have any problems with Spotify free. But I will say I like songs as playlists better, because I'll look for I'll usually type an artist I like into a search, and then it'll say, oh, this artist is on this playlist, and then you find a bunch of new artists that you never heard of.
Yeah.
And then sometimes specific people will make playlists too. And I just find that songs that gets the mix right, and what I also like about them, not to sound like too much of a hipster, is they tend to stay away from really ubiquitous songs, the really, really well-known ones. They usually give you something out of left field, but they still mix the recognizable stuff in enough. They do a good job of the mix, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's experts, is what they say. Music curated by experts. Whereas something else I was going to tell you about, which I didn't know about until just the other week, where someone showed me 8-tracks. Have you ever heard of 8-tracks?
I have heard of 8-tracks, yeah.
So they call them DJs, but presumably I, too, could be a DJ on 8-tracks. And I don't know where these songs are coming from or where they come from. If they're
right
illegally downloading them or what, but you can't download them. So anyway, and you can't skip again. You can skip, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 or whatever. But yeah, I think songs is more of people with actual musical credentials are making these playlists.
Huh.
But 8-tracks is nice too.
I gotta check that out. I find Spotify's playlists to be extremely weak, by the way, for the record. They have a lot of the same songs in them, and it's always a lot of like top 40. And even when you're looking at like old school funk playlists has been my latest go-to. And yeah, like I don't know, there's nothing special in there, nothing I haven't heard before.
Well, 8Tracks is really fun because if you go to it, it'll bring you to home. I have an account on here, so maybe that's why it brings me to this home thing. But you go to Explore, and there's all these options. So like chill, indie, summer, love, alternative, happy, electronic, summer barbecue, sad, study, pop, sleep. Anyway, so you click something. So let's say I click summer. And then it goes summer and now it has you, and it starts suggesting playlists under it. And then summer and, like, chill, happy, pop. So let's say summer and
All right.
and happy. And it slowly, like, narrows down your playlists. Yeah. And you can put in artists into your search terms. Like, you really want Taylor Swift, as I think I've made clear. I love Taylor Swift. You want a little Taylor in there or Taylor-themed stuff. You can have her. And, yeah. Because basically people make playlists and then they put all the kind of tags, I guess they are, in there. So, yeah, 8Tracks is pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Are there? I've never used Pandora. Have you ever used Pandora?
Nah, never.
I think that's just in the States. But I'm kind of talking out of my...
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds like a thing.
Yeah, because I think I've tried to use it before, and I was blocked. Blocked, I say.
Yeah.
Can we speak to the lifestyle of streaming music sites? Like, I was always, from my end, I was always a skeptic, right? Like, I was, until very recently, I was like, let me have it on my own iTunes, put it on my own iPod, I can listen to it wherever I want, I don't have to be in Wi-Fi, and like, be under the hand of the man.
Right.
That was always my thought, right? But it's just so damn convenient to stream music. I just can't get over it. Like, I just want to listen to something, and I haven't had time to go online, download it, or buy it, plug in my iPod, put it on my iPod. That's like a million steps. That's like 20 minutes. Whereas this is literally open Spotify, you hit search, and then you just go.
Totally. I mean, I think, like, it's kind of, to me, the same as, like, owning a bunch of DVDs, which is, like, what you did for me, like, in undergrad. So that was, I don't know, between, 2003, 2007.
Oh, my God, she's so old.
I know. You found a movie and you buy the DVD. But now, like, I don't know, you download it, max. I guess if you really, really like it, you would buy it. But, like, to me, it's, you've got enough crap in your apartment and stuff like that. I think it's not, you don't want to have, like, the physical copies of that kind of thing. We've got enough of that.
Yeah.
And even it's come to the point that, like, I'm not even downloading movies anymore. They're all on Netflix. I don't need to own these things. They're basically all available online all the time. And you don't need to, clunk up your computer with all these songs and all these movies and stuff like that.
Yep.
You can just get them all. Like, my big thing was I had Friends. I have a whole bunch of these TV series on my external hard drive, and I don't watch any of them because they're all on Netflix.
Yep.
Like, why would you? And then you leave space on your computer for the stuff that you really want to leave space for. So that's, I think, a big part of it. And, like, making sure it's on, you get it on your iPod, but is it on your phone? Is it on this other laptop? And that kind of thing. It's kind of annoying. I like that you can make an 8Tracks account or a Songs account. And on my phone, my laptop, my tablet, no matter where I listen to it, if I favorite it on one thing, now it's favorited on all of them.
Now it's all over the place. Oh, my God, it's so convenient.
Right?
Yep.
So I'm into it.
Streaming music. Look at us, and we're all old. We don't like new things, but we like the music streaming. And right now, kids are laughing at us, being like, "Yeah, we've been doing that for like 10 years. We never downloaded music."
And as you say too, another pro is that you get exposed to songs and stuff and TV shows, Netflix, that you wouldn't have known before.
Totally.
And a song that it's funny, I texted Allie about this one Sarah Bareilles song called Chasing the Sun, and I was like, I'm so into it. She's like, yeah, it's a really old song, man. And then
Allie's so hip.
I just discovered the song Kiss Me by Ed Sheeran. Do you know that song, Dave?
No, I don't think I do.
That's so delightful. It's like, it's pretty old. It's from the same album as his A-Team song. But I don't know. It's fun when you find, either new artists or old songs that you didn't know, and you're like, man, I'm into it.
Totally. And with that, why don't we hear what our lady has to say about Spotify?
You're listening to Dave and Charlotte's Great Canadian Podcast.
Turns out, nothing.
Nothing. They don't even have podcasts on Spotify. But you never know. You never know. Maybe, maybe Charlotte, or maybe the Dave and Charlotte's Great Canadian Podcast would do for a makeover sometime soon. Get some new voiceover,
I don't know. I don't like change.
We'll keep the lady. I like her. She's good.
Yeah. Thank you. So, Dave, what's new?
I'll tell you what's new. Speaking of music,
Yeah.
By the time you guys hear this, my latest band, or as we call it in the music business, my latest project, we'll have played our first show, and we'll be but days away from our second show. So this is a band called Cats, C-A-T-S, Cats, and you can find us at Cats the Band on Facebook and Twitter, and catstheband.com.
Dave, I'll link it below.
Please.
I love saying that. I'll link it below.
Sure. We'll have links to all that good stuff. And,
Yeah.
of course, some music will be on the way. I think by the time you guys hear this, all we're going to have is a little promo teaser video for you guys to listen to. But we do have plans to go into the recording studio later this year and throw down. So, anyways, for our first show is going to be on Sunday, and it's super exciting.
So what kind of music is this band?
It is most certainly funk music.
Nice. Most certainly funk.
Yeah, and I think I might make it into a TOP. It's probably just it's pumping my own tires too much to make one of my own songs a TOP song. But so what I'm gonna do, Charlotte, is I'm gonna send you some of the files and let you decide if should be recommended.
I like it.
Yeah. So there's four of us. We have keys, guitar, drums, and bass played by yours truly.
Keys, he means keyboards, guys.
Keyboards.
Let me translate for you.
Piano.
Yeah, the piano.
The piano. And it's funny because it's all the members of my tribute band that I play in, minus the guy who plays Paul McCartney and the girl who plays Linda McCartney. So
yeah, screw the McCartneys. Get out of there.
You're not allowed in our funk band, guys. And that means that we can rehearse when we're on the road. How about us, eh?
Yeah, that's sweet.
Actually, it was cool.
What does Paul think about that? What do Paul and Linda think? Are they insulted?
They haven't seen us play yet, so they probably just think we're playing band. But then when they see the power of our rock, I imagine they will be quite jealous.
Yeah. I'll love it.
And we're going to be on the beach in Grand Bend for Canada Day, so I think this will be out before we play that show. So you guys should come and check it out.
Yeah, can I link them below to that somehow?
Actually, yeah, there's a link to the web. Just type in Canada Day Grand Bend in like Google, and it'll come up.
Perfect. You guys don't have to do that. Just scroll down. Look for the link.
Just scroll down.
I will do
Charlotte
that.
will link it. Yeah. On your smartphones. Buy a new smartphone.
On your smartphones. Honestly, you should do that. I really, really wish that I was going to be home for that. I will be in Edmonton watching beautiful fireworks off my balcony because they launched them off from right below where I live. So it's going to be quite the hot ticket to get into my apartment on Canada Day. But I will still wish that I was in Grand Bend, Ontario.
We'll have some video for you, Charlotte.
Thank you. And is a previous podcast guest in Cats? I think he is.
He is. The one and only Diener.
Diener's in the band.
Diener's going to do some of our audio work too. So he's going to be behind the scene Dean.
What a rhyme.
It's going to be behind the
Lean on Dean.
Lean on Dean. Dean on me.
I love it. I can't wait to hear some of the tunes coming out of Cats because I feel like we both love funk. Who doesn't love funk? You don't. Come on. Everyone loves funk.
And it's
Dave.
Our
Songs has got some great funk playlists.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm hip. I'm hip to the songs of funk playlists. We bill ourselves as a feel-good London-based groove unit. So that's kind of where we're coming from. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I love it.
I love how feel good is in our line.
So people from London, Ontario, if they want to feel good, they should look up where they can find cats.
That's right, and we're coming for you. We're not just going to stay in London. We'll be out there where the people are.
Come to Edmonton.
The thing about traveling in Canada is it sucks. So
Super expensive. Will you come to New Haven when I'm there?
We'll see you in New Haven for sure.
Okay. Or New York. New
New
York.
York. We'll see you in Boston. Yeah. Speaking of TOP songs, let me just drop it right now because this
Dave.
band is kind of a big inspiration for us. And Charlotte, you will be you're gonna like the background story behind this band. So the band that does the song that I'm gonna recommend is called Stuff, Stuff Stuff, and they're just straight up instrumental funky music, and they backed Paul Simon on a handful of albums. They're the band you hear. Might not be the specific players, but the key guys are there. They're the band you'll hear on such tracks as Late in the Evening.
Great song. It was late in the evening,
and I blew that room away.
Yeah.
They are 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover.
Oh my god, what a good song.
You're
killing me with these songs.
Do you know Gone at Last? That Paul Simon song?
No.
I've
Should I
had
get
a
into
long
it?
streak of that bad luck, but I'm praying it's gone at last. It's a great song.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Some serious piano happening in that song. In fact, Gone at Last could be a TOP song too, actually. That is a wonderful song. But the song I'm going to recommend is just a lovely little number. It's kind of a mellow little unit. It's called Love of Mine. And it's just the cutest song. And the vocal is hilarious. It's Charlotte, you got to check it out. You'll love it. It's really fun.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. That's
okay.
Love of Mine by Stuff. We'll link it. That's our TOP for this week.
We'll link it.
And Allie's going to send you a message just be like, guys, that song is like from 1976.
That is very old. Yeah. TOPSOD. Love of Mine by Stuff. Dave, do you know that this is your inaugural TOP recommendation?
I know. I've been been waiting for the right moment.
Right? I'm so excited. This is your first. I mean, this is gonna be good.
That's the one. That sets the tone. I know it's a little bit on the soft side. Can I just say one contender for it, Charlotte? Do you know the song "Bills" by Lunch Money Lewis?
No.
Oh my god. The story behind that one is for people who are familiar with the song. It's just basically like your standard pop tune. It's pretty catchy. It's like, I got bills, I gotta pay, so I'm gonna work every day. But the piano in it is just like, you can't listen to it and not smile. Like, it is just the most wonderful thing you've ever heard.
Perfect.
So that's, you should check that one out too. That's a good tune. And
Bills by Lunch Money?
You got by Lunch Money Lewis. So I was gonna tell a story. We played in Las Vegas with the McCartney's there back in February. And because we're rock stars, we were being taken back to the airport in a limo. And this song...
As you do.
As we do. And this song came on the radio. We were like, oh my God, like it was like top 40 radio. And here's this hot, like, honky-tonk piano coming on the radio, invading our ears. And we're just like, this is unbelievable. What the hell is this? And because we're in America, none of us have Soundhound or Shazam or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So none of us can find out what the song is called. And it was... So
that's the worst.
It was filled, the next weeks were filled with Googling of just like top 40 hot honky-tonk piano search.
Yeah.
And then it finally came in at work. Amazing. An instrumental for a song called Lunch Money Lewis Bills. And then I turned it on. I was like, oh my God!
Found it!
Oh,
that's the best. That actually happened to me recently, that a song came on at a very nice moment, and I'm like, oh my God, this song. And then after, I'm like, what is it? I knew who the artist was, but I had no idea. And when I found it, it's just the most triumphant feeling in the world.
Absolutely.
When you finally find it.
What was the song?
Yeah. It was an Eric Church song.
Oh, you said that a little abashedly.
Well, I really like Eric Church. I feel like I've got a whole bunch of Eric Church on my iPod. It's called Like a Wrecking Ball. It's his new song.
Oh, wow.
And Dave, I was just YouTubing Lunch Money Lewis. That's got 22 million hits on the YouTube.
It's a big one with the kids. Big one with the kids.
Yeah, the kids are into it.
Yeah.
Lunch Money Lewis. Guys, I can't link all of this below. You want me to link that below too? You can Google stuff.
Don't worry about that. You guys can go find it. It's not a TOP.
We have so many links down there. You're going to be following our links for days.
Charlotte, you should
days.
click on it for a moment and just get a feel for what's coming your way.
I know, but I can't. I don't know what's going on. It's the M tracks that I can't. My computer won't play sound right now. I think it thinks that the output of my computer is the M tracks.
Oh.
I don't really know. It's confused.
Yeah, definitely.
I was trying to watch a video while I was waiting for you to call me right before the beginning of the podcast when I had everything plugged in, and just there was no sound.
Oh my gosh.
I can't explain it.
Got to use your smartphone.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do, and then you called me, so that was the end of that. So do you want to hear what I have to do tomorrow morning?
Please.
I have to bring my car to the mechanics.
Oh no.
Because
it's making a sound.
And no. My car is fine. It's fine. But because of our Michigan country, when I drove my car out from Ontario, if I want to get plates in Alberta, which I have to because my plates are about to expire, you have to get what's called an out-of-province inspection. And they go through all these things, and, like, God knows, whatever. I don't know. I assume it's for safety. Ugh. But, like, I also had my car looked at right before I drove out here to make sure it was good, and they were like, your car is beautiful, it's in great shape, clearly you take good care of it, this car is going to last forever. So I bring it into this garage, and they do my out-of-province inspection, which in and of itself costs $100.
Oh!
And they go, yeah, it needs like $800 of repairs.
No! Are you kidding me? What needs to be repaired?
Well, let me tell you, the front brake rotors, the valve gaskets covers, I think, and there's a hole in my tailpipe, apparently.
Oh my gosh. Have you noticed it's been loud lately?
No. Huh. No.
Maybe they put it
Everything
there.
seems fine. So I don't know if they're trying to gouge me, but then I got a recommendation from somebody else of a garage that was like a really good garage, so I told them what had to be done. And without even any repairs to the tailpipe, they quoted me like $400 more than this other garage that I was worried was trying to gouge me. So now I'm going back to the first garage.
Holy moly.
I'm just going to let them do it.
Wow.
Yeah. And if you don't, so you get your out-of-province inspection, you have to go to the registry office where like you get your license and stuff like that. You have to go there. Luckily, my license was free. I thought that was really nice. I feel like in Ontario they make you pay for it.
I think they do.
So yeah, that was free, which was a nice surprise. I figured that'd be a couple $100, but got it for free. And then they did take my Ontario license though, which is mean because it was a nice picture of me.
Huh.
Anyway, so then you go, you have to get this form. Like they have to give you a form. So basically now the government knows that you've had this inspection done, and the garage, very officially, only certain garages are licensed to do this. They fill out all these forms and whatever, saying what you need to get done. You then have 10 days to get it done. If you don't get it done within 10 days, you have to get a new inspection.
Wow. And
you
pay
have to pay
another
$100 again.
Yeah.
And then once you get the repairs done, you have, I think, 15 days to get yourself back to the registry office and get your plates. Otherwise, you have to do the whole thing all over again.
This is like one of those terrible levels in a video game where you have to do like the first part and then you have to do the second part and third part, and if you miss, you have to do it all over again.
Yeah.
No checkpoints.
And I thought that I had outsmarted everyone because I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm not going to get these repairs done because then you have to get Alberta insurance. Alberta insurance needs you to have Alberta plates and have passed your inspection. And I had that. I hope none of the insurance companies are listening. They basically, they were like, yeah, totally, you're insured, but you have to get all this stuff done. And I was like, yeah. And at the time, I was only on a 6-month contract. So I'm like, am I insured right now without all this done? They said, yeah. I'm like, okay. So I had zero intention of actually doing it. But then after apparently about a year, they end up calling you and going, yo, we're canceling your insurance unless you do this. And so I was like, okay.
Oh, my God.
So then I was like, well, I'm going to move back to Ontario anyway. Because it was true. I was maybe going to. But then I found out that I was staying for an extra 6 months. And then I thought, okay, whatever. I'll just get Alberta insurance again. Because I don't want to get in any accidents. And I'm barely even driving my car as it is. But I want to be able to have it for the summertime. Because I've been driving a little bit more lately. And, but then I realized that my plates only go till the end of June. I've got that sticker on it. So now I'm driving around with a huge target on my back. Because then the cop's going to pull me over and be like, why does your insurance say you live in Ontario? Your license is Alberta. Your plates are expired. So now I have to do it. Or ditch my car.
And you can't do that because Bav is a member of the family now, let's be honest.
Well, I mean, it'd be nice to have, especially for the summertime, you know? It's nice to...
Yeah.
And Edmonton's a pretty big city. Like, you can't... I can, in my day-to-day life I get around, but every once in a while you have to drive to the south end or the north end or whatever.
And how are you going to make those road trips up to Calgary?
Right? And I'm going down, guys! We booked it in. We booked it. I mean, I talked to my friends and we're staying with them. We're going to the Stampede.
Woo! When's the Stampede?
It's the first and second weekends of July. And so we're going the second weekend and we're staying with Luke and Allison.
What goes on at a Stampede, Charlotte?
The Calgary Stampede, Dave. That's the greatest show on earth. It's like...
I honestly have no idea. Like, I just wouldn't know what to expect.
Oh, yeah.
Like, people ride bulls, right?
People in Alberta are all about this, Dave. Yeah, I mean, you ride your horses, you ride your bulls, you have to lasso cows. I mean, and there's, like, all these food trucks. Like, you just go and eat ridiculously unhealthy food for the weekend, and you drink. And a couple of my friends work at the Stampede, and so Lucas said, get in touch with them. Jess, Dave, Jess from JD's.
Oh! Jess, whose last name I know, but I just stopped myself from saying.
Yeah, samesies. She works there. She volunteers there. So Luke has assured me that if I make my presence known to them, they can get me all kinds of into things and give me free stuff and whatnot.
Oh my God! You're gonna be a VIP at the Calgary Stampede. It's gonna be bands playing there too, I guess, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. I think it's the whole 9 yards. It's like a huge festival, basically. It's, I feel like, a quintessential Alberta experience, which I will be getting because I didn't get to go last year.
Love it.
Right? So that's happening. So that's not for a couple weekends. I'll give you guys the full update. And then the weekend after the Stampede, Dave asked me what I'm doing.
What are you doing, Charlotte?
I'm coming home.
Oh my God, right. And I got to come pick you up like the...
Yes.
Just the saint that I'm kidding. I'm excited for it.
Right?
Yeah.
It'll be so fun. Maybe we can time's going to be tight. We probably won't be able to, but I was going to say maybe we can podcast in person.
Ooh,
probably not.
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe.
We can have a good old...
I'll be home again in August. We can podcast together in August.
Do it. We can do like a drunken one.
Yeah.
'Cause let's be honest, it's a family reunion and that's what's going down.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so I'm coming home for a family reunion.
The
drinks will be had.
Cinema gathering. And I'm bringing my game this year. I got to start practicing with ultimate discs because I was an embarrassment last year. If you'll recall, yeah, we have a frisbee golf tournament every cinema gathering, and I had a young partner last year. I had a chance. Sometimes you get partner with the oldies, and then you're just kind of there to have fun, right, quote unquote. But I was with Alicia. Things were looking good.
Whoa, that is a good. I didn't know that. That's terrible.
I know.
What happened?
I know. I was in this.
That's really like that's like your top female partner.
Yeah,
that right there.
That's pretty much as good as it gets.
Actually, I wasn't there last year, so I mean, my point is that when I'm there, I'm sort of.
Do we have a rule against brother sisters? No, I don't think we do we?
I think we do. Ever since the year that I got paired with Jasper and we won.
Makes sense.
People were up in arms. Ruloff in particular.
Absolutely.
And I also won with Ken. I'm a 2-time champ.
Oh my God, I don't think I've won yet. Maybe
this will be the year.
We'll we'll let you guys know how that goes when the time comes. I think it's about time for us to say adios.
Wrap it up. So we'll try to get this one out on time this week. Sorry they come out late. Or sometimes not at all.
Sorry, guys.
Life's busy.
Busy. You guys are busy
So
not getting a new smartphone, which is crazy because you should totally do that.
Do it. Get a BlackBerry. I hilariously was at an event fairly recently, and me and my friends were trying to get a picture of all of us, and some guy was like, "Oh, I can take your picture," and I hand him my phone, and he looks down, he goes, "What is this, a BlackBerry?" Like, I was just incredulous that I'd handed him a BlackBerry. I'm like, all right, buddy, just give him back my phone.
Haven't seen one of these since 2007.
Yeah. All right, so go check out the links below. There's tons of good links. Hours of fun.
It's a good link, good week for links.
Watch Sense8. Next week, that's what we're going to be talking about, is David's impressions of Sense8.
Yeah. That'll be coming soon, if not next week. But let's hope for next week, because it sounds like a good show. Let's be real.
It's so good. It's so good. And we'll see you guys next week.
See you on the Flippy Floppy.
Peace out.
It's the Great Canadian Podcast with Dave and Charlotte.